Welcome to the Get Your Right On podcast, a podcast for aspiring authors who are ready to publish their books.
Oh yeah.
Each week, we interview authors, learning about their publishing journey, and giving you tips to get your books published the right way. Now, here's your host, Shantae Williams.
Hello, everyone. Hello to those of you who are listening to this on the replay. Welcome to the Get Your Right On podcast. I'm your host, Shantae Williams, owner of Relentless Publishing House, where we help aspiring authors who write nonfiction self-publish their books. So I'm so excited to come to you today, guys. I'm a little sad because this is like our last recording, but we do have an additional recording. Our previous author's wife went into labor. Isn't that so exciting? So the next time that I get to talk to him, he will be like a dad for real. So I am so excited about that, you guys. But listen, today's episode is sponsored by the Perry Juniors Book Club, which is our children's writing book club for children ages 5 through 18, where they are introduced to authorship. We teach them how to write, all of that good stuff, and then they get to create a short picture children's book that they actually can have printed. It is not published, it is printed. They can sell to family and friends. So I'm so excited about that. So today, you guys, we have a treat. We have Miss April Littleton. She is a mother of 2 amazing children. She graduated from Purdue University with a bachelor's in business management and a minor in management information system. She has worked in various fields. She started her writing journey in 2017, but did not publish until 2020. She is on the path to becoming a speaker, transformational coach. Her heart is for people and helping everyone realize they were created for purpose. They were created on purpose and for purpose. So you guys, help me welcome April to the Get Your Right On podcast. Hi, April.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you so much for joining. I'm so excited. I love being able to meet authors from coast to coast and around the world and just getting to learn more about them and their author journey and, why they wrote their book and just different little tidbits of that nature. So we're going to jump right into the podcast. So the first question I ask all of my authors is, why did you write the book?
Yes. And so honestly, I did not think it was going to be a book. I just thought I was going to write this letter from my son just to give him this encouragement that he can hold on to for his entire life. But God had other plans. He's like, nope, this is about to be a full-fledged book and you're going to sell it. And so I started on a journey and published it in 2020. And now we are in the process of selling it now because that is work that they don't tell you about.
Exactly. Listen, I love it. So tell us about that journey from 2017 to 2020 as you're writing, this letter, to leave behind for your son, for him to kind of, go back to for wisdom and direction and just to be able to know that his mother loved him long before you have gone on. What was that journey like?
Man, I feel like there could be a movie out of the journey of me just publishing my book because it has ups and downs and so much comedy because I'm a work smarter, not harder type of person. And so there were various people that God placed in my life, like the guy who sold my phone. Sorry. The guy that sold my phone.
This is live, okay, you guys? We're talking to real people with real families whose kids or spouses may pop in at any time, and it is A-okay. We're here for it all. So listen, don't even worry about it.
And I coached them and everything. I'm like, be quiet, but don't work. And so, but no, so God had placed people so the guy who sold my phone, he was a published author. And so I went to him one day and was like, how do I find an editor and an illustrator? And so that's who I found, my editor and illustrator. And then we went to a conference another time and there's a lady selling books at the conference. I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy your book. And then in her book, she had her contact information. So I contacted her as well. And I was like, what do I need to do? And she showed me some YouTube channels to refer to because I God, you put this in me, so you're going to figure out how to get out of me because I don't know what I'm doing. And so, but yes, my editor and my illustrator found them off of Upwork and they worked with me because apparently your illustrators, some of them, they'll only give you 2-3 edits. And I'm like, oh, thank God I found the right one, because she worked with me and we had like back and forth, like we collaborated for real with the illustrations of the book. And so but it was fun. Like, this, it was a blessing. Like, God downloaded into me and I was able to articulate for them to understand my my lingo to get the editing and the illustration done. And so it's been an interesting journey.
Awesome. So do you have the book with you to show us?
I do, yes, ma'am. And so make sure I can do this right. It's My Dear Son.
Wow, look at that. That is beautiful.
Yep,
So
and that's my baby.
How does it feel now that you're holding your book baby? Like, how can you describe that feeling when you first got your shipment in?
Like, I love this book. Like, it's just beautiful. Like, right? I'm like, God, you did that. Like, it is how you had it in my mind, and like to see it in real life and it to look like it did in my mind, right? So, because some things, like what we think in our head, doesn't come out how we want it to, but it came out like how God intended it for it to come out, because it just looks beautiful. And like the heart, like my heart was in it and every single word and everything. And so I love it. I love it so much. Like, I give it away. Because I'm just that confident in it. Like my heart is in it, God's heart's in it. And so you're going to get touched. Like, you're going to feel the love of God when you read it, when you look at it.
Oh, that is so beautiful. I love it. So now let's talk about this author journey. You know, people say, oh, you should do this, but they don't tell you, the things to look out for. So what are some lessons that you learned that you wish somebody would have told you about before you got started?
I thank God that I found, like I said, my illustrator, the way I like God sent me my illustrator, because that you only get 2 edits type of thing. Like, man, that's tight. Like, and if they make their own mistake, that still counts as one of your edits. Like, no, that's not fair. So I thank God for that. So like, you gotta really look, like, especially when you're doing children's book, because your pictures are everything, your covers, everything with those books. And so making sure you do your research with your illustrators will be one of them. And then, like, yeah, it's not just publishing. Like, you gotta be a seller. Like, and that's what I'm learning now. Like, I was like, dang, I'm just gonna put on Amazon. It's beautiful. I'll buy an ad here or two. Like, nope. Like, you gotta sell it. You gotta push it. You gotta have those conversations, and you gotta have that business, because it is a business. I did my taxes. Like, oh, these were my expenses. This is my income. Okay, let's fix this.
Absolutely. And I think that's the part that a lot of new authors are not grasping, is that when we publish books, they are businesses and we have to treat them as such. We have to get out there. And like you said, we got to have conversations. You got to get out of social media. Is not going to make you rich off your book. You got to get out and you got to make connections. You got to be vendors at events that make sense to your book. And you just have, you research, you got to listen, you got to get out there and make phone calls. And you got to tell people, like you said, you're a seller now. We're not used car salesmen, right? But you definitely have to be a seller, not a pushy seller, but you got to be confident. You got to have that pitch that's just like, people just like, what? Let me see it. Let me get 2. Let me get 3. You got to be able to have that. You got to be able to, relay, articulate, who your book is for, why you wrote it, what it's going to do, what are your goals for it, and things of that nature. So there is a lot. There's more, and I say it all the time, there's more to writing than writing.
So true. Yeah. Because the writing part was the easy part, like the easiest part of it. Like you can, like, it was so easy. Like, oh, I just click publish, my book's live. Like, it's scary how easy you can publish through Amazon. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but there's so much more to it than just that. So yes, I'm so glad now that you're understanding that and you're getting it out and you're doing the work. That's what makes it successful. A lot of people think, well, if I just, send anybody to Amazon and then I'm gonna get Amazon bestseller, that doesn't matter. Like, that doesn't add commas to your bank account or anything, right? Amazon is just convenient. You treat it like Walmart. It's strictly convenience. It's not there to make you money. You make money by selling direct. So I'm so happy that you did. So what are your goals for the book? Like, what do you want the book to do?
Okay, so this is my crazy faith goal. Like, and so the proceeds alone from this book, I wanted to help fund a community laundromat. Like, so, because most people ain't going to go to a church, but most people do need to, like, all people need to wash their clothes. And so I have this vision for this laundromat where like they will feel God's presence and not even know it, and like free wash days once a month and things of that nature. So that's my crazy faith goal. And then just in and of itself, like this letter is to speak life into men of all races, ages, because they need that. Like they need to know that God loves them, that they don't need to follow the world's norms. Like they don't have to be what society says, because God has already called them and already ordained them for what they need to do and for what the purpose they have in their lives. And so those are my goals and my desires for the book.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So have you made any progress to the laundromat? Is it a laundromat that you want to own?
It is. It's one I want to own. And so like I've taken crazy steps. And so like there's a conference or a workshop in Cincinnati. I'm in Ohio. And so I drove down there when I didn't even have no gas money. And I drove down there just to be in a workshop and a conference. So I got those contacts and connections, and I am just trusting God to see, because I just made my first so I had this book I published in 2020, and so this past January I made like triple in royalties than I did over the whole entire year. So like $50 over 1 year, and then in 1 month I made like $100, $180, right? And so I'm working on it. So, but God was like, April, you're gonna have to sell. You're gonna have to stop hiding yourself. You're gonna have to start speaking up. And so that's why I'm here, and I'm nervous as I am.
I love it. I love it. So let me ask you this: do you have your own website that you're selling from?
And I'm selling strictly from Amazon right now, and then we'll see how God wants me to proceed. Because like I said, I am in the process of getting my coaching certification. So once that is up and running and the coaching is speaking, and then I think I might tie everything up into that as well.
Awesome. Also, we'll give you just a bit of advice. The royalties aren't going to do it.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sell direct. That's where you're going to make the bulk of your money, is selling direct. That's where you're going to see the biggest return. And all of that. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. That's where the money is. That's what's going to fund the laundromat that you want to do. Yeah. So I think that's an amazing goal. Please keep me updated. I would love to support you in that endeavor, because I absolutely love when people are giving back to the community. I absolutely love it. It just does my heart well. And just, your whole goal for writing the book, wanting to empower men and, just wanting to lift them up. I think that's amazing. I think that's absolutely amazing. And I wish you all the best. And I know that you're going to do well, because it sounds like you got a plan and you're already taking steps. And so just keep pressing forward. Don't give up. It doesn't matter how many obstacles may come your way. I want you to say, you know what? It's just something that's telling me to pause just for a moment. Let me double check to make sure I got everything in order. And if I do, I'm just going to push this obstacle out the way and keep it moving.
Yes, ma'am.
Keep it moving. So congratulations. I am so excited. That is awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. So what is one thing that you would tell an aspiring author who's just like, you know what, I want to do it, but I'm kind of stuck? What would you tell them to get them unstuck and to get them going?
I would have to say that if there's a desire for a book in you, if there's like this burning passion in you, it didn't come from you, it came from God. And like, that means there's purpose attached to it, right? And so you have to sow that seed so we can see the harvest, because we need it in this world. And so like push through and sow that seed, like birth that book, because that means someone on the other side, not just someone, souls, families, legacies are on the other side of that testimony, of that message that you have inside of you.
Awesome. I love it. So listen, y'all, push through. Stop making excuses. Get out of your own way. Push through, because somebody needs the book that you're supposed to have already written.
Yes.
Somebody's life is in the balance, that's waiting for that encouragement, for that word of wisdom, for those next steps. You have the solution in your pen, and we want to read it. Quit robbing us. We want to read your book. Right. We want to read it. So I appreciate you, April. Thank you so much for joining us, you guys. So make sure that you go to Amazon. Can you show the book again and tell them what the title is?
Yes, it's called My Dear Son, A Letter of Encouragement from God. And it's available on Amazon for $10.
Awesome. Now, is that a hardback book or paperback?
It is a paperback book.
Paperback book. Okay. Awesome. And awesome. Okay. Awesome. All right, you guys. All right, so let me give you my few announcements before we close out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. So for you inspiring authors out there who are ready to get your right on, you're ready to take the next steps, we are hosting the Get Your Right On 30-day boot camp. The next session goes from April 1st through April the 30th, 2022. And so this is a 30 days of group coaching. Every week we have a Zoom session, we have a group coaching section, and then a writing session, then a group coaching session, then a writing session. So you get a copy of the Get Your Right On Publishing Planner and Workbook, a digital copy. You have weekly assignments to do that's going to get you to going from unfinished to finished, right? And then I'm going to work with you to get you a customized publishing timeline. Now, in this 30-day boot camp, you are not going to complete your book. This 30-day boot camp is to give you a framework to help you gain clarity on the book that you need to write now, and then to help you outline it and to get started. All right. So this is what this boot camp is for. And for an incentive, we have 2 bonuses that we're offering, and you get to choose one. So one of the bonuses from investing in the book camp, which is $197, is you get a discount on the full service or children's book publishing package, and it's a $200 discount, or you get a $50 discount from the journal publishing package. So you invest $197, and then I give it back to you when you decide to publish with Relentless. And so listen, it's a win-win for you. You get to spend your money twice. And so we want to invite you to register for that. If you know you need the help, if you know you've been saying, I want to publish, I want to write, and you've been saying it for years and you haven't made any progress, or you stuck and you don't know what to do next, this boot camp is designed for aspiring authors to help them go from unfinished and unpublished to published. All right. So go to our website, relentlesspublishing.com, click on the store, go ahead and register. Afterpay is available for 4 installments. So I think it ends up being like a little over $40 every 2 weeks. And so we invite you to make that investment in you. Now, for all of our parents out there that have children who are creative, who like to write, listen, Perry Jr.'s Book Club is back for another summer session. We relaunched our children's book publishing book writing program, on last summer. And so we're bringing it back this summer. So this creative writing virtual summer camp is a 5-week e-course for children ages 5 through 18. This introduces them into what being an author is. And then we help them write their own mini children's book that is printed but not published, but they are still able to sell this book to family members, friends, and to the public as well. So the investment for the Perry Jr.'s Book Club is $497, and Afterpay is also available for that. If you would like to pay your $100 deposit and then pay your balance by May 30th, shoot us an email at info@relentlesspublishing.com, and we will get you started on the payment plan. So I'm excited about this, you guys. This is our 2nd year of hosting Perry Jr. Book Club. We're not new to this. We rebranded it from our original children's writing book club, which was Young Writers Academy. This time, Perry, we have a mascot, and he is just the cutest little thing. And I am so excited, you guys. We had 10 kids. It sold out last year. Out of the 10 kids that we had 6 that completed the entire program. And so we did a special book fair virtual book fair for them in the month of February. You can go to our YouTube channel, Relentless Publishing House, and you can see all of our kids. All but one made it. One wasn't feeling well, and the books that they published. And so I'm very proud of them. And so we're ready to help the next set of authors. I think we have a couple of them that are coming back for round 2. And it's just amazing. You never know what this does for children. So the whole purpose of this book club is to reiterate the literacy amongst our children and to also help them to get their creativity out of them in the form of a book. And so when I tell you these kids were so creative, all of their books were so different and just absolutely wonderful. So they had professional illustrations, a professional book design cover, the whole 9 yards. And so I'm excited to bring this back again. for another summer. So they will have their first video on June the 4th. And then every Saturday, a new video will be available for them to watch. And we'll also have a couple live sessions for me to follow up with them to make sure that they are on the right track and that they're not getting stuck. So I'm excited. So if you have a child that likes to write, I definitely invite you to check out Perry Jr.'s book club. I'll be hosting a Q&A probably later on next month, so that you can ask me some questions about the book club and all those different things. So listen, so we not only help adults, we also help our children. So if you're ready to get your right on, Relentless is ready to help you guys. So listen, Perry says, listen, sign them up, sign them up. Perry wants you to sign them up. He is so excited. I am too. So we got some things coming up with Perry. So you guys stay tuned. Perry's going to have his own children's book series and all of that. We're going to get the doll produced. So listen, be ready because we're ready. All right. So listen, as we say at Relentless, it is never too late to get your right on. I'm your host, Shantae Williams of the Get Your Right On podcast, and we are signing out. And we just want to tell you, listen, just push through, aspiring authors. Don't give up. Get out of your own head and push through. Somebody wants to read the book that you need to write. All right, you guys, until next time, have a great one. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Get Your Right On podcast. Make sure to visit our website at www.relentlesspublishing.com. You can subscribe to our monthly mailing list, check out our publishing packages, and pick up our Aspiring Author Kit, which helps you get the book out of your head and into your hand. Don't forget to tell an aspiring author about our show and kindly leave us a review. Until next time, remember, it's never too late to get your right on.